Welcome to my channel, Echoes of Crime. The title for this story is The Burden of Innocence, a tale of social injustice in America. In America, the land that promises liberty and justice for all, there exists another reality, one hidden behind prison bars, sealed court files, and stories whispered in silence. A reality where justice is not blind, but often biased. A reality where innocence is not enough to protect you. This is a story of Marcus Lee. But it is also the story of countless men and women whose lives have been destroyed not by crime, but by injustice. The arrest. Marcus grew up in the south side of Chicago. His neighborhood was loud with the sounds of car horns, basketball games, and police sirens that never seemed to fade. He was 19, with dreams of becoming a music producer. His mother, a hard-working nurse, believed education would pull Marcus out of poverty. But the streets had their own plans. One evening, a corner store just blocks away from Marcus's home was robbed. The thief escaped into the night, wearing a dark hoodie. Marcus, coincidentally walking home from a friend's house, also wore a hoodie. That was all it took. The police spotted him, questioned him, and before he could even explain, Marcus was handcuffed. No stolen money, no weapon, no fingerprints. Just a young black man in the wrong place, at the wrong time. And in that moment, Marcus's life changed forever. The courtroom trap. Marcus was thrown into the system. The prosecution claimed they had an eyewitness, a shaky, frightened store clerk who admitted he wasn't sure. But uncertainty did not matter. To the state, Marcus fit the description. He was assigned a public defender, one lawyer drowning under the weight of too many cases. This lawyer didn't have the time or resources to investigate, to prove Marcus's innocence. Instead, he gave Marcus a choice. If you go to trial and lose, you could spend 25 years in prison. If you plead guilty, you'll only serve 5. It wasn't justice. It was a trap. Marcus was 19, scared and alone. He took the deal. The prison years. Marcus entered prison as a teenager and left as a man in his late 20s. 7 years of his life were stolen. 7 years of birthdays, holidays, and dreams that never came true. Prison was not just walls and guards. It was violence, isolation, and survival. He learned to keep his head down, to avoid fights, to live quietly in the shadows. But no matter how hard he tried, the label criminal was branded on him, even though he was innocent. While Marcus sat behind bars, the truth surfaced. Another man, linked to multiple robberies, was caught and later confessed to the crime Marcus had supposedly committed. But the wheels of justice did not turn back for Marcus. His appeals were denied. His case was closed. The system had already moved on. Life after prison. When Marcus was finally released, he walked out into a world that felt unfamiliar. His mother's hair had turned gray. His younger sister was now in college. His old friends had careers, families, and stability. For Marcus, freedom was an illusion. Employers turned him away because of the criminal record that still stained his name. Landlords refused to rent to him. Even neighbors looked at him with suspicion. Though he was free, Marcus was still in chains. The invisible chains of stigma, lost opportunity, and a justice system that had failed him. The bigger picture. Marcus's story is heartbreaking, but it is not unique. Across America, thousands suffer the same fate. According to the National Registry of Exonerations, African Americans are 7 times more likely than white Americans to be wrongfully convicted of serious crimes. Why? Because of racial profiling, faulty eyewitness testimony, coerced plea deals, and systemic bias. Wrongful convictions don't just steal years. They destroy futures, families, and communities. They create a cycle of poverty and pain that echoes across generations. The human cost. Marcus once said, "I went into prison as an innocent boy, and I came out guilty in the eyes of the world. Tell me, where's the justice in that?" His words reflect a hidden truth, that in America, innocence does not always protect you. The system is often more concerned with statistics, closed cases, conviction rates, political points, than with the lives of real people. Every Marcus out there carries the burden of innocence, punished not for what they did, but for what society assumed they were capable of. The echo of injustice. The tragedy of Marcus Lee is not an isolated incident. It is an echo, repeated in stories of men like Kaylee Browder, who spent years in jail without trial, and countless others whose names the world will never know. These stories remind us that justice, in its current form, can be fragile, flawed, and unforgiving. And unless change comes, the burden of innocence will continue to crush the innocent. This is not just Marcus's story. It is America's story. It is a story of justice denied and lives stolen. It is a burden of innocence, an echo of crime, but louder still, an echo of injustice. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment.